Hello everybody, welcome to a special video with your boy Anto Gaming and Dragonclash. We're doing a podcast today and we're going to be complaining about Star Wars.
Hey everybody, welcome. How's everybody doing on this fine Friday?
Well, by the time I get this up, well, might be next Friday by the time I get this uploaded. Alright, well, so our first topic, Star Wars Resistance.
Yes.
How many episodes did you actually watch?
3?
You watched 3 of them?
I don't remember them really.
I watched about 2 minutes, maybe, of the entire series. And
that was because when I recorded them, I had to take the commercials out. That's the only reason. If that tells you anything.
Yeah, so I watched the whole series for like 2 minutes, and it was when their little pet droid, Bucket or whatever his name is. You know what I'm talking about?
I think it was Bucket, I can't remember.
Yeah, when he showed up on screen, I'm like, I'm done, and I just stopped watching ever since.
They're actually making a figure of him and what's his name together.
That's terrible. I'm not buying that.
I'm only buying the girl pilot.
I'm not buying any of them. Well, when I see them, I probably will buy them just for the collection part of it, but otherwise...
I don't know, what I've heard, Star Wars toys aren't selling very much. Well, apparently what I've heard.
Yeah, that's kind of been happening over the past couple of years. Well, because they made them such garbage quality now. Like, the Solo figures are pretty bad. The only good ones are Vintage Collection, but they've only had, like, one wave that has actually, like, been in stores. Like, you know?
Yeah, and you can't... there's been 2 waves, and the second wave hasn't appeared everywhere yet.
Right, I've seen them once, or maybe twice, and that was it. And then I never saw them again.
I got lucky that I even got Dr. Alpha from that Toronto store.
Yeah, you're lucky.
In actual stores, it doesn't exist. I've never seen it, and if it does exist, it's 1 per case, and you can't even see it because it gets taken.
Well, that's what doesn't make sense. Is don't they want to make money? Why don't they make more of the less rare or like the more of the figures that people want instead of just the dumb ones that nobody wants? Like they make a whole bunch of Finn, but nobody wants Finn. Everybody wants Dr. Alpha or Admiral Thrawn or something, but they make like one Thrawn. It's like it doesn't make any sense. They'd make a lot more money if they would.
Well, you know how much Thrawns I've seen? I still haven't bought them yet in 6-inch.
Oh, I bought one a while ago on clearance, I think.
I haven't found them on clearance yet.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen one in the stores for a long time. Like it's been cleared.
I mean, remember I told you? Remember way back in one of our streams, I told you I found a Captain Plasma. Where did they find that?
Oh yeah,
was that
that's
a return,
really old.
Or was that like
found in the back somewhere? Maybe
found in the back somewhere. Ooh, we might as well sell it because the Gree figure's all gone.
Yeah.
I regret not buying that Gree figure, like not hiding one of them for me.
I'm really sad because I never saw it. Like I wanted to buy one, but I never saw it.
I saw one, and I regret hiding it so I could find it when it was on sale.
Yeah.
But yeah, Star Wars Resistance. Let's get back to the subject at hand.
It's more of a joke, not a subject, if you know what I mean.
The acting, apparently. What I've heard from other YouTubers about this series is that they're not impressed with the voice acting on some of the characters.
You know, it's really cheesy. Like the one guy, he's worse than Ezra. You know, the main character dude.
Ezra's a better character.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's just cheesy from like the 3 minutes that I watched. It's like really like dumb. It's kiddish.
I mean, what I've heard from other YouTubers as well is like. Rebels started out very slow, like Resistance.
Yeah.
Except Resistance has consistently continued to
suck.
Not really suck. Not have these great episodes and building up to getting the character better. I mean, at least with Ahsoka, when she first came out, people hated the character, like they thought she was kind of like a whiny little person,
Yeah.
like annoying. But then as the character started to develop
Yeah.
and change shape, so to speak, we all fell in love with her
Right, and that's what Clone Wars did better than even like Rebels.
and
Like they
wanted
changed. Like,
and we wanted more from the character, and Filoni gave it to us
hmm
slowly.
well, that's good storytelling. This garbage that we've gotten from Disney is terrible storytelling. Like, we don't have any
All right,
progression at
so
all. It's all just the same garbage over and over again, and it's cheesy. And we don't care about the characters. Did anybody care about Ezra getting disappeared off into space with Thrawn? No, everybody cares about
I would
Thrawn
like
because
I
we
would like
love
to.
him.
Well, actually, I would like to know what happened to them after.
Well, yeah, but does
Actually,
anybody
I
really
would like to
care?
know.
Do you really care though? Like, I know everybody wants to know what happened, but do we really care? Like,
I'd like to know, but I don't really care. But I just
right.
like to know
Well, yeah,
to
yeah,
kind of
that's what I'm
close the
saying.
story.
Right. But still, like, if he's dead, no one's gonna be like, oh no, my
Okay, and
life's ruined.
okay. Here's my other beef with Star Wars in general. It's going way too family oriented.
Yeah.
I mean, take a look at Clone Wars. Clone Wars got canceled. Hang on. Clone Wars got canceled because it was getting too violent. I mean, come on. Really?
Well, yeah, 'cause that's what
Too
it.
violent? It's Clone Wars, number one. Number two, it's about war, not about, oh, I love you. I love you, Leia. I love you, Han. Like, or about family, really. It was about war and about
Yeah.
what happens in war.
Well, that was the problem with Disney getting the thing. It's like, oh, now it's a Disney princess show. You know, we
No,
gotta
it was.
change
This
it
was
into.
before. This was actually before Disney got, because I don't think Disney got the rights to like Star Wars till after Clone Wars got canceled because it was too violent.
Are you sure? I think it was when they acquired it, is then
Wait
like
a
when
minute.
Disney
When
acquired it.
I would look it up because I don't remember when he acquired it. Because when was Clone Wars canceled? 20 wasn't it 2013, 2014, something like that?
Yeah, something like that. So Clone Wars
I
cancellation.
can't
Let me look it
remember
up.
because
Yeah,
didn't he sign the thing in
2013. 2013. And see,
it
Disney.
closed in 2013?
Yeah, Disney got Star Wars in 2012. So it was
That's
Disney's
when he sold it?
cancellation.
He
Yeah.
sold it in 2012?
Uh-huh.
I thought it was more like 2014 or something like that. That's what I always thought.
I don't think so. Let me see. Disney. Um,
Because I know it got canceled right around the time that he was selling it.
yeah, it was
Like,
2012.
right when the show was getting really, well, not really good. That last
Yeah.
season was kind of cheesy.
Which one?
The Lost, the one there, even though it was all about him and midi-chlorians and about
Oh, yeah.
how, how
The cloning stuff. Yeah.
people can more about the Force. That was good. Don't get me wrong, but you could tell that the writing was starting to go down quality
Yeah.
wise because it was starting to turn into family, like the way Resistance is now. Apparently, like I agree that Resistance has turned into a family oriented
Oh, for sure. It's a cartoon,
thing,
and like
and
it's
for
for like
kids.
little kids. Yeah.
But honestly, Resistance should have been about how the formation of the new Resistance
Yeah.
and how the Last Order comes to thing. Like here's another show that came out that they're like, I guess you could say they're like kind of like shorts. They're like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes long. They're not
Mhm.
exactly like, an hour long kind of show or 30-minute show, like
Right.
less than 20. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Lego Star Wars All Stars or something.
Oh,
You should look it
the
up. You should
Lost.
look it up. It's really good. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Oh, is it?
It's kind of like it's not bad. It's better than Resistance
Well, the
that's
problem
for
with
sure.
Resistance is, like you said, that they're not doing anything about like the actual Resistance. Like, isn't it just about that guy and he wants to like race like a pod racer or something stupid?
Well, he wants to do races, but except the Resistance wants him to kind of find the spy.
So it's like it's not even about the Resistance. It's about this random guy not following his orders, but he wants to race instead
No,
with
he
an old
follows or
man
he
and a
followed the
droid.
orders. He followed what's his name? Oh, I think
Poe.
Snowplow's coming by now to take off the ice maybe. Or salt the ice maybe.
Salty Ice. Poe? Is that who you're thinking of?
Well, yeah, he's following Poe's orders and generals. But Poe, as a character, he doesn't follow Princess Leia's orders. Like in the fall finale, episode 10, I haven't seen it yet, but what I've heard is that he doesn't follow what's her name's orders. He does what the fuck he wants, just like in Last Jedi, where he did whatever the hell he wants,
So they're
and
just copying,
no
basically.
consequence. No, it's kind of like basically it's. I guess you could say it's a before where he's kind of a little bit worse than he is. Like basically it's like he doesn't listen to basically it's like not listening to a woman basically.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
know,
kind of
they've
rude.
really destroyed Poe's character because he was supposed to be a strong leader, right? Like he's supposed to be the guy that follows the orders and takes command, but now he's just kind of like
That's
a
Ryan
Han
Johnson's fault.
Solo. Yeah, he's kind of like a Han Solo kind of character, like, "Oh, I'll do whatever I want." But
No, the
they
Han
made
Solo
him,
kind of character was Finn.
yeah,
That's who they
yeah,
wanted to replace basically.
basic.
Finn was
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
be, and Lando was supposed to not Lando. Poe was supposed to be kind of like the Lando, like the secondary character that, has the moments where, yeah, I'm good. Like, yeah, I'm a good strong leader. You listen to me, you guys, and like the opening scene in Last Jedi. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, really?
And then he's telling
Like,
your mom
hello,
jokes and stuff.
hello,
Yeah, like
hello. Is General Hux there? Yes, I'm speaking to you. Is General Hux there? I'm speaking to you.
he's like your mom.
I guess I'll call back. Like, really? That was like a stupidest joke.
Yeah, and then he's bringing like the your mom joke into. They just wrecked Poe's character. He's so dumb, and they made it worse in Resistance. And yeah,
Well, the Resistance is before.
but still, they've like degraded his character even more.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, uh, what's that guy's name that did Clone Wars? Uh, Dave Filoni. He only did the first episode, and he was kind of, if I remember correctly, he was kind of just a what's the word I'm looking for? He actually didn't produce it or direct it or whatever, like kind of thing. Like he wasn't really involved in it. He
Mm,
was pretty much in the back, but he kind of what I'm looking for. He kind of like
hated it.
no, he was in the background. Like he wasn't gonna do like like the way he did with the Rebels and whatever. Like he was the
Like the
um
main director dude. Yeah.
showrunner. That's what I mean. That's the
Yeah.
word I was looking for. The showrunner. He wasn't. He didn't want to be the showrunner on this one.
I wouldn't either. It's stupid. He made a good choice.
Because even though he helped to get it off the ground, he didn't want to be the showrunner this time. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't. And then there was rumors, like remember way back when Kathleen Kennedy was gonna get fired, but then they kept her effing job.
Hmm.
But and then the other rumor was that they were gonna strip her powers, which I don't believe they actually stripped her of her powers because she's still friggin' controlling everything.
Oh yeah.
And don't give me that the president of Disney, whatever his name is in charge of more than her. Is that president? The guy that's above Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, like the
I
Disney
forget his
owner
name now.
person, whoever owns. Yeah.
I forget his name. But the point is I doubt they actually took her power away because
Oh yeah, no.
if you remember my beef with you, remember when I was talking to you with when was it, last week or a week before,
Hmm.
and I was like, I told you this, and I was like pissed off, and then I got you pissed off about it too,
About the book thing?
about the arc book that they made
Yeah,
after I watched the
yeah,
video and I heard about it, and I agreed with that person with what was her name, that Star Wars girl.
yeah. What's the book called? I'm
Who's a
gonna look
good
it up right now.
YouTuber. I forget.
Let's look up Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars book. Yeah,
I
I
don't think
heard.
she helped. I think she produced it. She didn't write it. Someone else wrote it, but she
Oh,
kind of put her input. Like she
oh
even
my
had a
gosh, Women
dedication
of the
page.
Galaxy.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it was
Oh
called.
yeah, it has
It
Ray
was
Ray
all
on the
about the women.
front.
Yeah, Ray on the front and Leia on the front. Remember? And when I heard about this, I was like, really? That's so fucking disrespectful to do to a person that just died. You put her on the fucking back of your cover.
Huh.
That's so disrespectful.
Yeah, instead they put Ray on the front because, you know, they
And they put
want the
Ray,
hot
who's supposed
young
to
women.
be, who's the Mary Sue of Star Wars, on the cover because you want her to be your new Luke Skywalker
Yeah.
and a strong female. You want little kids to look up to her,
They want the hot
and
young ladies
and
on
then
the
and
front
then
lines, you
on
know.
the dedication page, you're like saying, um,
All to carry, all to carry.
to Carrie Fish, dedicated to Carrie Fisher, blah 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 blah, and talking about thing. Don't say one thing and do something fucking completely disrespectful. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's not right to do, especially to somebody who's who was a big actress, who's been in many roles,
Mhm.
even had their own little documentary before she died on HBO, which I've seen half of it. I haven't finished watching the whole thing,
Oh,
which
is
is
that
really
like
well
the
done. And
reenactment
it
of her
was
life?
no, it was something she did with her mother. This was before she died,
Hmm.
like not even a week before she died,
I saw a good
or
one.
something like that.
It was like a
It was
reenactment of her entire life. It was really cool.
it was something that she did. It was something that she did with her mother
Hmm.
before the mother died, like too, from losing her daughter. She was depressed and died of a broken heart, basically.
Like Padme. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. But the point is, it was a very good documentary. She and her mother did this documentary. It was about, like a day in the life of what they did, basically.
Oh,
Like the cameras followed them, basically. I saw the first half hour. I didn't see the whole thing, but of what I saw, it was pretty well done.
that's good.
But the point is, to get back to the book, don't, if you're gonna give her a dedication, give her the front cover. Put
Yeah.
Mary Sue in the back.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I agree. That's
And then all sorts of shit that comes out after, like people being pissed off about it and blah 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 blah. And you don't make an apology by saying, like, look, we're sorry we did it that way. You don't even come out with an apology to your fans. And then you call us man babies and
yeah.
and all sorts of names.
They're the babies.
And now they're coming out with what are they calling? What's coming out now? NPC or something? Which I don't even know what the hell that is.
I don't either.
I keep hearing this like from YouTubers, and the NPC or whatever it is saying shit about Star Wars, blah 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 blah. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Clarify. Like I
Have
hear
you
all these
seen?
YouTubers say it, and I have no clue. And in the finale, apparently of it, like going back to Resistance, like every episode was consistently bad. And what was worse, in one episode, I don't know if you're familiar with this. I actually heard it from that Star Wars girl that actually did a review on it. like and said her piece about the episode. You know, like kind of like in a
Yeah.
review. Basically, the episode was a ripoff of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Oh gosh, I can believe that.
graphically and whatever. I didn't see it, but because I did record it though. But what I've seen of I saw like maybe a 30 seconds of that particular episode that night that was on,
Hmm.
and it looked kind of like cheesy. And I'm talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of the new one, the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Oh
the new
yeah.
one that Speaking of the new Ninja Turtle cartoon, I haven't seen any episodes. I watched the first 5 minutes of the first episode of the Rise of the Ninja Turtles, and I was tuned off. I changed the channel because I was so disappointed. It sucked.
That's how I felt about Resistance. I gave it 5 seconds
And
of a
yet,
chance. I was like, yeah, no.
and yet, it got it got like a whole like 20 so far what I've seen, they got 26 episodes.
Oh man, are people liking that or not?
What
Overall?
I've heard mixes.
Yeah.
I've heard little kids are kind of liking it. I heard the older fans aren't liking it,
Hmm.
really. But what people can agree on that they're liking is the figures. Some fans are kind of like people are liking the figures, kind of
Hmm.
like of the turtles, not the
Yeah.
other characters really, but of the turtles. They kind of look cool. I almost actually bought Michelangelo from the new line because Michelangelo is my favorite character.
Yeah.
But the point is of this whole thing, like, don't put out a cartoon that's the writing's bad and you do it on purpose to make the writing bad, like in Resistance, where it was written badly, and yet they say they have good writers and thing. I could fucking write a better Star Wars thing. Hell, I'm writing a better Star Wars fan fiction, and I'm still working on it.
Better
I
than the
mean,
professionals.
I've actually written like I have already 11 chapters of a fanfic that I wrote, and I'm still getting followers, even though I haven't updated it in like over a year. I'm still getting new followers.
Oh yeah? You need to send those to me again. I read them a while ago, but I think you've added some since then.
No, I haven't updated. I'm supposed to. Like I wrote another chapter on paper, but I
Uh,
haven't typed it up yet. And I still have to re-edit another chapter that I did because it didn't feel right to words. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna post it until I change the
uh,
word to kind of feel right. Because I was talking about Keller, like in one of my stories, I was talking about Keller, like in this Jedi story,
hmm.
and that was the planet where Kanan lost his master.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
And
Got both the blur. I missed.
I basically kind of like the whole chapter was about how Darth Maul sets a trap for Kanan, Ezra, Ahsoka. I don't remember.
Oh
No,
yeah,
Talpa
your
wasn't
Star
there.
Wars Rebels one you were doing. That's right.
Yeah, and
I was thinking
Darth
of your
Vader was
Vader
gonna
one.
come, and he was gonna like set
Mess
like it was
everyone
a
up.
trap to have them all come, and then in the end, basically what was gonna happen was like as soon as they land on the planet, basically it was like uh this is a spoiler. Kanan basically like isn't sure if he doesn't feel right about going on this mission, but he doesn't have basically doesn't have a choice basically because he wants to put a stop to Maul once and
Hmm.
for all. But you know how the way he feels, because this is the place where he lost his master. Like like he doesn't
Hmm.
want to go back to this place.
Yeah.
Like he feels kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of jittery.
Hmm. You're a jittery little thing, aren't you?
Like he wouldn't like he's kind of like he even I think if I remember correctly, I even right? That like I even say like Ezra, like as soon as he sets foot off the Phantom, I was like, I wrote kind of like he stands there and he's like takes a deep breath, kind of looks up, takes a deep breath, and like
Mm.
Ezra comes up to him and says like something like, "Are you all right? Like, you sure you want to do this? Like, we could leave. Like, we don't have to do this." Basically, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And then they go on with the mission, and he Ezra also says something like along the lines of like, "We'll go through the spot where she got killed and pay our respects," basically.
See, I'm already more interested in this than I ever was in Star Wars Resistance, and you've talked for like two
And then
minutes.
and then in another section like of this chapter, I basically like have Maul kind of land in a ship. Vader shows up while they're having like this conversation, and he calls Kanan by his real name.
Oh,
You know, like the name that he had before. What was it? Do you remember what it was?
Caleb Doom.
Yeah, he calls him that, and he's like, "How do you know my name?" Like he's shocked
Yeah.
by the fact that he calls him that. And then they kind of like then there's like a huge duel, and somebody gets hurt. I
That's a
think
lot of damage.
if I remember correctly, I made Kanan get a scar across his eye.
So it's kind of like in the show.
Yeah, and then and the way I was gonna end it was like Kanan was gonna get captured by Darth Vader and then taken back to the Empire, and then they were gonna go rescue him in the like the season finale of the chapter. Basically, that's what I was building up to.
Hmm.
Basically,
Yeah, see, that is better than Star Wars Resistance already.
and then what was gonna happen was that I was gonna have Darth Vader take Kanan's DNA, make a clone, and send him
Oh.
back to the Resistance as a spy for the Empire.
Oh, send the clone back? Oh, dang.
Yeah, but he'll be like an evil clone, like kind of like
Yeah.
working for the Empire. Meanwhile, he'll have the real one stashed somewhere,
Oh, so
and
we're
then we're gonna
playing
have to go right.
some
And
Star
the way
Killer game here.
I was gonna, yeah. Well, basically, I was gonna lead it up to kind of like, without spoiling everything, basically of the storyline, was I was gonna lead it up to like they figure out that it's a clone because the way the clone starts acting is kind of strange, like,
Yeah.
and they keep getting, like attacked on missions and whatever, like, and they're surprised why this is like they get start to wonder like, hey, are all our missions getting screwed?
Yeah.
And they figure it out, and then well, one of them will figure it out more than the other, and then then they learn that he's a clone, and then they try to figure out where the real thing, and then by the finale of the second story, or I should say season 2, was going to be them trying to rescue
The
him,
real Kanan. Yeah.
the
Interesting.
real
Yeah.
Kanan. I mean, that's nice writing, better than what they have.
Oh, yeah. Better than some random dude like, oh, I'm
I
gonna
mean,
go and fly around in a pod racer like little
you
Annie
you
just 'cause I
you heard
want
what I
to.
just said. What's your opinion on my kind of spoilerly storyline that I had planned? What do you think of it
Yeah, like I said, I'm
with
more
Jedi?
interested in your story that like you've been talking about for 2 minutes than I am in the entirety of Star Wars
Yeah,
Resistance.
but my problem is getting there.
Yeah.
Like I gotta think of the story. They have fucking more than one writer working on each
Yeah, they
friggin'
have like
story,
hundreds of people, I'm sure, that work on
or
the
even
show.
or even when they write even when they write the friggin' novels, from books, they have either a ghostwriter writing it, but they give them information, they give them papers, they give them this, that, and the other to help
Hmm.
them, you know, make the friggin' book. Say, they're not just gonna say, okay, write whatever the fuck you want, and
That's what it
we'll
seems
back you up
like.
100%. They give them. I'm sure these people like I did. I did my research. Like when I wrote that Vader story, where he kills people thing. I actually
Mm,
got that from the research I did about what's in Star Wars, the universe, basically.
mm-hmm.
And I put it on paper.
Yeah, it just
And
seems like they're just making up their own stuff and
and
just
for
throwing it
Jedi,
out
I
there.
basically took what I saw, in Jedi, like in Rebels, basically,
Oh
and
God,
made
there's my
it
timer.
and made it
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. See, and they're just making up their own crap, and yeah.
And not kind of giving us things to think. And then there's and to kind of sum it up of this part of the first half of our little podcast,
Mhm.
they should listen to the fans. They
Mhm.
should make the writing better.
Yep.
They shouldn't ignore the fans. They shouldn't uh, call us man
Call
babies
us
and this that, and the
names.
other.
Yeah. And they should
They
respect
should basically,
the
yeah,
actors more.
basically respect us. Yes.
Well, and the actors too, like we talked about with the Carrie thing in the book.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Respect the actors that came before these new actors, and
Quit praising the new actors so much.
and stop making it for family. I mean, I get that nowadays it's all about family, but Star
They've gone
Wars
too
when it was
far.
written, Star Wars when it was written is was about an adventure in space, not about the Mary Sue who out of the blue, ooh, I know how to learn a lightsaber. I have no training at all. I know how to use this lightsaber and cut you in half. I know how to build a lightsaber too, which is going to happen in episode 9.
Yep.
That she's going to rebuild Luke's lightsaber.
Mm.
Luke had to learn everything.
She gets it all handed to her. Yeah, they've taken too far with the family friendly
And
thing
what's
because the TV
worse,
shows have been
and what's
dumbed
worse,
down
what
in the
I've heard.
books.
eh, Sorry to interrupt you, Atto. What's worse, and here's my beef, is that the fact that season 7 of Clone Wars, what I've heard, there's rumors going around. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's going to be family-oriented storylines.
That's what I'm afraid of.
And if that is true, I ain't going to watch Clone Wars. I'm going to turn it off. And I ain't going to buy the product when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray.
And everybody's gonna be mad.
And thus, the boycott will continue.
Yep. Well,
And they'll be telling us all sorts of shit. And finally, we're going to talk about, for this little podcast, because we've been going on for, what, 20 minutes now?
half hour.
Yeah, and we only said we were going to do a half an hour. Basically, your podcasts are, what, half an hour mostly?
Well, most of them actually go on for like an hour or more, but for this one, for our little starter, we'll keep it shorter. But
So anyway, to get back to the second half of our little topic, we're going to talk about Star Wars rumors about a reboot that they want to do. I'm sure
oh,
many of you have seen the photo, the leaked photo of what they cut in, was it Force Unleashed? What's not Force Unleashed? Force Awakens,
oh,
my bad.
Force Awakens.
Where there was a scene, the scene where what's his name? What's her name? Ray Ray is having her vision. Apparently, there was going to be a scene where Luke is fighting Darth Vader, and she sees this. But it wasn't Mark Hamill that we were going to see. We was going to see some random unknown actor playing
Huh.
Luke, a young Luke,
Oh, that would have been
who
awful.
looks nothing like Luke. I mean, Steven, what's his name? Sebastian Stan can play a young Luke Skywalker better than this guy can, an unknown. And yet, they want to reboot Star Wars A New Hope. That's stupid to do, not worth the time. And you know how many people aren't going to watch it?
Oh, and no, not even just that. Like, just think of how much like backlash and hate they're gonna get more than they've already gotten. Like people are not only gonna not watch it, they're gonna boycott it and they're gonna complain. And there's there's probably gonna be marches too. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of marches. They're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be like, "Fuck you! We don't like you, Star Wars. Screw you!" But
If
then,
they yeah, and watch them
but then
redo it, and
they
then it's gonna
also
be more
say,
family friendly too. It's
yeah,
gonna.
exactly. Then there's that. But then you also hear shit like, um, what have I heard? Uh, the fact that they're saying that Solo was the beginnings of the new reboot.
Oh no.
And the second kind of like was the fact that they had an actress playing what's her name?
For what movie?
Leia in Rogue One, where they had a
Oh.
new actress playing her, and they just put Leia's face on
Yeah.
like computer generated,
Yeah.
like they did with Maz Kanata when they had the kind of like
Yeah, the
that
face
shit.
thing. Yeah.
I think it's a bad idea to do a reboot of Star Wars if they are planning on doing it. I think it's the worst idea that Disney's ever done.
Oh yeah, for
No
sure.
offense to the actors. No offense to Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford and
Everybody
the late
else.
Carrie Fisher and the one that played Chewbacca and Lando and so on and so forth. And I heard that Lando isn't gonna have really a big role in Episode 9,
Of course
but
not. He's probably gonna show
of
up and
course,
die right away.
they'll probably kill him off right there.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, wasn't there a rumor that, speaking of Episode 9, that his daughter's gonna be in it?
Oh jeez.
Not his real life daughter. That
No, I know, but like,
Lando's gonna have a daughter.
oh god.
I don't know if that's true or not.
We will find out. Well,
But the point
anyway,
is, I don't see reboots happening because nowadays I think we should have fresh ideas,
yeah.
not go back to old ideas and reboot them. Like many shows that are coming out that they're rebooting, unless they're pretty good.
Yeah. Well, it's all
I
about the
think
money.
to redig up Star Wars: A New Hope and try to like because they want to get to new fans and whatever. Why not just use to gain new fans, just write new stories
They
and
are good, yeah.
get fans, not reboot it because I mean, that's like saying like A New Hope never existed. Like all that work that George did was for nothing. What was the point of him writing it? It's like saying, what was his name? Gene Roddenberry, like the way he wrote Star Trek, and everything he went through to get the idea for Star Trek. Like, what was the point of him having those meetings with alien races and stuff?
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you're
well,
basically just gonna say it doesn't exist.
if they reboot it, it's just gonna be a disaster, and that'll be the end for Star Wars.
Yeah.
But
It's already the end of Star Wars because Episode 9's not gonna make money. They've already said. YouTubers already said.
yeah,
And then Disney's gonna blame
the
oh, you
fans.
guys are fan babies.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That'll wrap it for this
this is
podcast,
yeah.
everybody.
We'll do another one soon,
With
and
Pedro.
we'll have Pedro with us.
Yay.
And whatever subjects we're gonna be talking about, I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Mhm.
And maybe we should do like for future podcasts. I think in the future podcast we should do like a debate
Yeah. For sure.
because we've never done that in a stream or whatever. So maybe we should do that in a podcast. Like one
For
side
sure.
could say the good side and one bad side, and kind of
Yeah.
list the pros and cons.
and then
basically.
make a final judgment on them, whatever topic it is. For sure.
Yeah, I like that
Anyway,
idea.
thank you guys for watching our podcast. Hopefully you enjoy. Make sure to leave a like if you want to see more, and leave your ideas and thoughts in the comments below. Anything else,
Bye,
Dragon?
guys. No, I can't
Alrighty.
think of anything right now. But see you guys in the next stream.
Yeah.
Or podcast, I should say.
Yeah. Bye bye, guys.
Bye, guys.